story is written original by Cecelib from Wattpad. All the content reading was all belongs to her. No intention of violating or claiming her works. If requested to take down, just comment below or leave a message on the email that provided in the description below.
Terron blamed his friends for his sudden indecent thoughts toward Eva. If not for those lunatics teasing him and pairing him with Eva all the time, he was certain that that wouldn't have entered his mind. Thankfully, it did not worsen or linger. Kung mas lumala yun, nasisiguro niyang hindi siya mapapakali sa Sabado at Linggo kung kailan kasama niya ang dalaga. Buti na lang at nawala kaagad iyon sa isip niya. He was thankful that those thoughts had disappeared from his mind before he met again.
That's new.
Komento ni Terron nang makitang hindi nakatali ang buhok ng Eva.
Hindi ka ba maiinitan mamaya?
No choice. Biglang naglahong parang bula ang hair clump ko.
You want to buy a new one?
Minaniobra ni Terron ang sasakyan patungo sa kalsada.
Wag na. Siguradong lilitaw na lang yon kapag hindi ko na hinahanap.
Napailing si Eva.
Nangangain talaga ng gamit ang kwarto ko.
Terron just chuckled at that.
So, what have you been doing lately?
Tinaasan ni Eva ng kilay ang binata.
Your Grace, sa pagkakaalala ko, palagi tayong magkausap sa chat nitong huling araw. Nasisiguro kong nasabi ko na sa'yo kung anong pinaggagawa ko.
I didn't ask you that today, Ev.
Terron pointed out.
That's true.
Kaya naman sinagot ni Eva ang tanong ng binata.
Wala akong masyadong ginawa. Humilata ako buong araw kasi gusto ko lang. Ang init-init kasi. Kaunting galaw lang pinagpapawisan ako kaagad.
When Terron heard Eva's last sentence, the memory of what happened that day flashed in his mind. That sweat rolling down her neck. How alluring she looked when sweaty. Terron cleared his thought and changed the topic.
Ako ang pipili ng restaurant na kakainan natin ngayon, di ba? Bukas na lang tayo mag-buffet. Tonight, let's eat at Calderon's restaurant.
Eva couldn't help clasping her hands together in excitement.
Hindi ako hihindi sa suggestion mo, Your Grace.
Mahinang natawa si Terron sa reaksyon ni Eva at patuloy na kinausap ang dalawa kung anong gusto nitong kainin mamaya sa restaurant ni Terron. Lingid sa kaalaman ng dalawa, mayroong sasakyan na sumusunod sa mga ito. At sa loob ng sasakyan na yon, maririnig ang dalawang tao na nagbabangayan.
Why the fuck am I here, Sinkit? The driver, Cairo Sanford, complained. This is fucked up. Give me back my 1 million. Shun continued being busy on his laptop in the passenger seat and calmly replied.
May discount ang binigay ko sa iyong presyo dahil magkaibigan tayo.
Bullshit. Cairo hissed, but still continued driving, following behind Terron.
And this is the friendship discount.
Shun gave Cairo an innocent smile.
You're welcome.
You're a motherfucker. Shun just shrugged. Knight, who was in the back seat, snickered.
This is just sad, for a chief of police to be cheated on like this. My heart breaks for you, Sanford. Best friend number 2, you are indeed awesome. Ililibre mo ako ng barbecue at beer mamaya.
Then, beside Knight, was Valerian, who groaned.
Why the fuck am I here?
Moral support.
Mabilis na sagot ni Knight.
Fuck you!
Yeah.
Knight said dismissively, before looking at Sanford.
Ayusin mo ang pagmamaneho. Be a smooth operator. At bilisan mo. Tingnan mo ang layo na ng sasakyan nila Terron.
Cairo gritted his teeth. Kung hindi lang talaga niya brother-in-law si Knight, kanina pa niya ito namura. Give me back my money. Kaya naman kay Shun niya ibinuhos ang inis na nararamdaman. This is the reason I paid you 1 million. So, I won't do this kind of shit.
And as I said, I gave you a discount.
Cairo groaned in annoyance. What did I pay 1 million for then?
My effort.
Cairo gritted his teeth and Knight clapped.
That's my best friend, number 2.
Valerian sighed.
Knight, for fuck's sake, be quiet. I'm fucking chatting with my wife.
Of course, who could silence Knight when he wanted to be rowdy?
And my equipment.
Shun added.
What equipment?
Binuko ni Knight si Shun.
Hiniran mo lang kay Iroz yung camera at drone na dala natin.
Bastards, Cairo hissed. Shun just smiled and continued tapping his laptop's keyboard.
Drive faster, Sanford. Sayang ang 1 million mo kung hindi natin makukunan ng video ang dalawang yon ngayong araw.
Damn!
Knight grinned excitedly.
I feel like a paparazzi.
Valerian sighed.
So fucking noisy.
Shun chuckled.
What's new?
I'm so pissed. Cairo snapped, and his passengers just laughed. Except for Valerian, who pitied Sanford. Valerian, of all people, knew how crazy Knight and Shun were. Knight was overbearing and annoying, while Shun just wants to cheat people's money in every way he could.
Oh, they're parking.
Knight pointed his hand at Terron's car.
Hurry, Sanford. We're going to miss them.
Cairo sighed heavily. Bakit ko ba ito nararanasan pagkatapos kong magbayad ng 1,000,000? Fuck this. Still, he followed Terron's car and parked near it. Can I go now?
Yes.
Binigay ni Shun ang remote ng drone kay Cairo.
You can now go and control the drone.
Cairo looked at Shun dryly. I want my 1,000,000 back. Then he pointed at Knight. Bakit hindi na lang ang sinto-sinto ang humawak sa remote ng drone? I paid 1,000,000 for my convenience.
Nope. You are paying for my effort.
Shun closed his laptop.
At kapag ang Espanyol ang pinahawak mo sa remote, baka kung saan pulutin ang drone ni Iroz. Ayokong magbayad.
Hindi mapigilan ni Cairo na sumanayon sa sinabi ni Shun. Sa kamay ng sinto-sinto, hindi na makapagtataka kung saan lumipad ang drone ni Iroz. I really want my 1,000,000 back. Valerian patted Cairo's shoulder.
You're so fucking pitiful.
Sanford, go ask the supermarket's manager if we could fly a drone here.
Utos ni Shun kay Cairo. Sa halip na magreklamo, napabuntong hininga na lang si Cairo. At lihim na pinagdarasal na sana ay dumating ang panahon na mawalan ng pera ang singkit na yon. Pagkatapos niyang magdadal ng masinsinan, hinanap niya ang manager para makapagtanong. A few minutes later, Cairo went back to his lunatic friends to deliver the good news. The supermarket manager allowed them to use drone. Shun patted Cairo's shoulder and gave him a wireless nano earphone.
Get to work then.
Then Shun handed the camera and also a piece of wireless nano earphone to Valerian.
Val, huwag na huwag mong ibibigay ang camera na to kay Knight kahit anong mangyari.
Bilin ni Shun kay Valerian.
For all of our sake.
Knight clicked his tongue and lightly sneered at Shun.
So, judgment. For your information, I know how to operate a camera. Sync it.
Yes. You can also destroy it just for fun.
Knight did not rebuke Shun. Meanwhile, Valerian sighed.
So that's the fucking reason why I'm here? Sinong nagsabi na nandito ako para sa moral support? How I fucking wish.
Knight looked away and pretended like he heard nothing while whistling without a sound. And you? Cairo asked Shun with an annoyed glare. What are you going to do? Tinuro ni Shun ang bakanteng lamesa na medyo tago.
I'll be sitting pretty there while watching the live feed from the camera and the drone. Sobrang effort ang gagawin ko kaya kailangan kong umupo.
Cairo, Knight, and Valerian glared at Shun, and Shun gave the three a dog-like smile before walking toward the empty table. Paid 1,000,000, and I'm being treated like this. Cairo mumbled before entering the aisles. Ah, fuck. I need my turtle babe's sweet love after this fuckery. Knight's voice suddenly filled Cairo's ear.
My little sister is not a turtle, Sanford.
Cairo just kept silent, and then he released the drone and controlled it with the remote. Now, where the fuck is Terron? That bastard. Through the drone, Cairo looked for Terron and Ava while standing alone in the dairy aisle. Meanwhile, Knight and Valerian were also looking for Terron and Eva. Valerian was holding the camera while Knight was trying to grab it from Valerian.
Stop being a lunatic for once, Espanyol.
Iritadong sabi ni Valerian habang nililibot ang bawat aisle ng supermarket.
This is so boring.
Knight eyed the camera Valerian was holding.
Gaano ba kamahal ang camera na yan?
6 million.
Sagot ni Shun kay Knight sa earphone na suot.
Give it to me then, Val. My butler Cloud could easily afford it.
Huwag kang makikinig sa Espanyol na yan, Volsky.
Paalala ni Shun.
Don't worry. Nasa tamang huwisyo pa naman ako.
Sagot ni Valerian. Knight's shoulder fell.
How could you two be so mean to me?
Shut the fuck up.
Saway ni Valerian kay Knight, and Knight groaned. Then Shun spoke again.
Target spotted through Sanford's drone. They have separated.
The fuck? Cairo clicked his tongue. What the fuck is Terron doing?
Helping Eva buy stuff.
Sagot ni Shun.
Let's wait and stay covert.
Cairo stared blankly at the drone's remote in his hands. Remind me again why I paid 1 million just to do all this fuckery? Sumagot si Shun na may bahid ng ngiti.
Dahil isa kang mabait na mamamayan at kaibigan.
Fuck off, Singkit. Instead of answering Cairo, Shun suddenly sent out orders.
Val, Knight, Eva is walking to the aisle you're in. Move to the meat section. Sanford, Terron is heading in your direction. Move to the vegetable aisle.
Pakiramdam ni Cairo isang importanteng misyon ang ginagawa nila at hindi nag-e-espiya sa kaibigan para ma-videohan ito kasama si Eva. I feel so uncomfortable. This is illegal, Cairo hissed.
Really?
Knight couldn't relate.
I've done worse than this.
Nagbingi-bingihan na lang si Cairo habang si Valeria naman ay nagpapanggap na mag-isa lang ito at walang kasamang sinto-sinto. Finally, after moving around the supermarket to not get spotted by Eva and Terron, the two finally finished shopping and Terron was now walking to the counter alone, while Eva walked toward the table to rest. Mabuti na lang at medyo nasa tagong lamesa si Shun, kaya hindi ito nakita ni Eva. Napaka-gentleman naman ng Duke natin, komento ni Cairo nang makitang si Terron ang pumipila sa counter para kay Eva. I'm moved to tears. Knight nodded in agreement.
If Eva is not moved by that, she can't be moved at all.
Valerian stared at Eva.
She doesn't look moved to me. She looks hungry, though.
Parang ang sarap ng siomay na kinakain niya.
Sabad ni Shun.
Makabili nga mamaya.
Focus, fuckers. Ani Cairo. We've been here for hours. Terron is finally near the counter. He's about to shine like a diamond. Thus, the four watched Terron paid for Eva's shopping and pushed the carts to Eva. And the four raised their eyebrows after seeing Terron being so gentle and sweet. Terron patted Eva's head.
I'm here.
Nag-angat ng tingin si Eva sa binata.
Let's go?
Sa halip na sumagot, tumayo si Terron sa likuran ni Eva at itinali ang buhok ng dalaga gamit ang hair clamp na binili. Gulat na napahawak si Eva sa hair clamp na pinangtali ni Terron sa buhok niya.
Pinili mo?
Yes, for you. You look so uncomfortable with your hair down earlier.
Terron then touched a few strands of Eva's curly hair. Then intimately wrapped it wound his fingers.
You have a beautiful hair, by the way.
Thank you.
Terron stared at the few strands of Eva's hair around his fingers. Without thinking, he bent down and brought his finger with Eva's hair close to his lips. But before he could do something he'd regret, he came to his senses and let go of Eva's hair. Fuck. What am I doing? Terron's head was in turmoil, while the four who were watching the two all sighed after seeing Terron's gestures and expressions.
He's done for. Ani Cairo.
It's going to be a bottomless regret.
Ani Shun.
He's fucked.
Ani Valerian.
Should we call the gang and have Zapanta welcome him?
Knight asked. But I don't think he's finally seeing the light. Ani Cairo. Let's send the video to him as soon as possible. Shun smiled slyly while humming.
Leave it to me. I'll edit it to the point where it can be played in the cinema.
You better. I paid 1 million for someone else's love life. Cairo was aggrieved again. Shun just chuckled. If the three could see him, they would know that Shun Kim was planning something wicked. Again.
After a sumptuous dinner at Thorne Calderon's restaurant, Terron drove Eva back to her house. On the way, Eva had fallen asleep. He didn't have the heart to wake her up, so even after arriving outside the store, he didn't wake Eva up. That's when all kinds of questions filled his head. His conscience was clear when he said that Eva was a good friend of his. Even after experiencing those two strange incidents with Eva, he still believed that. Because it would be for the best to be just friends with Eva. Nothing more and nothing less. With that firm decision in mind, he looked at Ava's sleeping face. She was really beautiful. Beautiful than anyone he had ever met. Additionally, she possessed a captivating personality. She was also comfortable to be with that he could spend hours just talking to her through chat or phone call. and it was because of this comfort that she was a dear friend to him. Suddenly, Eva stirred awake. Kumurap-kurap ang kakagising lang nitong mga mata saka tumingin sa kanya.
Your Grace?
Terron smiled.
We're here.
Oh,
Eve stretched her arms and back.
nakatulog ako.
Bumukas ang kasiyahan sa mukha ni Eva.
That's nice. Napagod ka ba sa pamimili natin?
Nope.
Tanong ni Terron.
Paano siya mapapagod halos wala siyang ginawa? The perks of having a baggage boy. Thank you again, Your Grace. Less stressful palagi ang pamimili ko kapag kasama kita. Having a baggage boy is the best.
Terron pinched Eva's cheek.
This baggage boy will step out now to carry those boxes inside.
Eva smiled.
Thank you, baggage boy. I mean, Your Grace.
Terron knew it was a deliberate teasing, but let it go so he could finish his job as the baggage boy. Finally, after less than an hour, everything was finally inside the store, and it was now time for Terron to leave, however reluctant he was.
Rest early.
Ani Terron kay Eva. Tumango si Eva kahit alam nitong hindi naman ito maagang makakatulog dahil hindi ito pagod.
Uwi ka ba kaagad, Your Grace?
Tanong ni Eva habang hinahatid ang binata sa sasakyan nito.
Nope. Babalik ko muna itong hiniram kong sasakyan kay Calix, then I'll go home.
Ingat.
Terron looked at Eva for a short while before pulling away his gaze and smiling.
Good night, Ev. I had a good time.
Ako rin. Good night, Your Grace.
Terron slid inside the car and drove toward BV. Malapit lang iyon sa bahay nila Eva, kaya madali siyang nakarating sa bahay ni Calix. After returning the SUV to Calix and getting his car from the barn's garage, he planned to go home and rest for the day. Pero bago pa siya makalabas ng BV, nakatanggap siya ng tawag galing kay Shun.
What's up?
Terron asked after parking his car on the side of the road. Shun went straight to the point.
I heard from Sanford that you want a video of you and Eva together.
Terron slightly frowned.
Yes. Why?
I have what you need. Very clear.
May bakas ng ngiti ang boses ni Shun.
You want it?
Well, yeah.
It'll cost you.
Hindi na nagulat si Terron.
How much?
Because I went through a lot of effort of this. How about 2 million?
Sumandal si Terron sa likod ng driver's seat.
Mandurugas ka talaga?
Shun laughed.
Well, I have a lot of mouth to feed.
Recalling Shun's orphanage, Terron did not complain anymore and agreed to the price.
Fine. 2 million.
All right.
Shun grinned excitedly on the other side of the line.
Expect the video tonight. By the way, I have a payment first policy.
Terron sighed and rolled his eyes.
Kaya palaging binabago ang pangalan mo sa group chat eh.
Tumawa lang si Shun saka nagpaalam na. Samantala, kinuntak naman ni Terron ang bangko niya para makapag-send ng pera kay Shun. After it was all settled, he drove back to his condo, not knowing that he was cheated on by Shun Kim, and that Cairo actually already paid for his love life. All in all, the winner for today was, of course, Shun Mandu Kim.